Guys, so today with the box office here. And yeah, not a very good week at the box office, obviously. Yeah. No real major releases released as well. But there is one movie that I think they finally released in theaters that I think they saw just release in theaters outright, and that is the K-pop Demon Hunters movie. Like, yes, I do really do think that the reason why the movie is so popular is because it is on Netflix as well. But you know, and the movie's only out for 2 days. But the fact that it made $18 million in 2 days and thus 1,700 theaters really shows that a lot of people really like this movie as well. Okay, this is probably gonna become Netflix's highest selling movie as well. Okay, yeah, and yeah, it made a decent. Again, we don't have to look at the budget of the movie because obviously it made a lot of money on Netflix. The soundtrack made a lot of money obviously as well, and you know it made a lot of money domestically now as well in the theaters as well. And I think this is only in the released in the US theaters as well. But it seems that Weapons is no longer the number one movie. K-pop Demon Hunters is now the number one movie in the US as well. And that's the only 2 day release date and a limited release. I just wonder how much money the movie would have made if it actually released this in theaters, like an actual theatrical release, and gave it, of course, the same advertising as every other Sony movie got as well. But yeah, the movie has done extremely well at the box office, making $18 million domestically as well. Weapons, which is still doing very well at the box office, obviously, but it's not performing like Sinners is as well. It's not having the same amount of legs as Sinners did, but this is still very impressive numbers for an original movie, making $115 million domestically as well, and making another $83 million internationally as well. So yeah, Weapons has made a lot of money globally as well. Yeah. It has made $115 million domestically and $199 globally as well. Okay, Freakier Friday. I don't know why people would want to go see this, but it is still doing meh at the box office. It's not, I think pulling in the huge numbers I think Disney was hoping it would. It still made $70 million. It's still a lot of money, obviously. But again, the only reason why it's having these good holds is because there's nothing really out right now. So, but even then, over its 4th week, it's already losing theaters. So, not very good work for Walt Disney and the Walt Disney Company as well. Also, the numbers is working for the first time in a while. So, Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Yeah, this movie is having abysmal ratings as well, dropping another 45%. And the movie has not really made much more money internationally either. So this movie's drying up internationally and it's drying up domestically as well. And this is not a good look for this movie in its 5th weekend. Fantastic Four is not doing too well. Okay, Disney really screwed up with that release. Nobody 2, again, another movie that isn't really doing too well. Again, this movie actually has a better chance of making back its money than Fantastic Four, but a 60% drop is not a very good look for this movie, and we probably won't be seeing a Nobody 3. I really do believe with this movie, they did jump the gun, on making a sequel because, hey, it was one of the few successful movies of the pandemic, so we gotta make a sequel, and guess what? No one would go see it. I am probably not gonna go see it as well. I like the first movie, but is it really that great of a movie to really give it a sequel as well? Superman is still in theaters, and the movie has now passed $600 million globally. Not really making much more money, but it is still more profitable than Fantastic Four, and has still made significantly much more money than Fantastic Four. And yeah, on its 4th weekend, this movie, Superman, has made $14 million compared to Fantastic Four's $5 million as well. Honey Don't is the highest grossing new release, and yeah, non-franchise movie, not going to go. No one's going to go see it, as well. Usually then we have the usually non-franchise movies that make more money, but yeah. Naked Gun has made $86 million, which means there's a possibility this movie might make break even, as it is having decent ratings internationally, and also Fantastic Four is in its fifth weekend, so yeah. But this movie is not doing too well at the box office. No one's going to go see it, as well. The Bad Guys 2. Oh, we actually skipped over the Bad Guys 2. Oops. We apologize for that one. Bad Guys 2, we skipped over it. I apologize very much to the Bad Guys 2. But the movie has made $449 million globally. I don't think this movie will break even. This movie needs to make another like $60 to $70 million globally to break even. I know the first movie did very well globally, but I just don't think this movie's gonna make that much more money. Okay. It has not released in several major markets, which is the only thing going for it. Like Italy, and I think Germany, and that's it. It has not released in New Zealand or Australia, so it'll probably make them a bit more money there. But other than that, this movie's not gonna make much more money as well. I don't know why why they were releasing later in Australia, considering both Australia and the US speak English. I will never understand that. Even if Dogman, they took so long to release the movie in Australia, even though both Australia and the US speak English, it should not be like I get scattered release dates if it's a language problem, but considering the fact that both the US and Australia speak English, I really don't understand the whole thing of scattered release dates for those countries. But yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth has made $844 million globally, and yeah, this movie is being out Fantastic Four in its fifth weekend if you compare all the movies as well. And the movie has still having very good legs, despite the critics saying the movie was so horrible. And I think that now it's also still doing well internationally as well, as it has released in Japan, whereas these movies usually do very well in Japan. So yeah, this movie will make probably another $30 to $40 million more globally, if all things considered, as well. And it's doing way better than Superman as well. Okay, which is pretty embarrassing for not Superman. Well, it's doing way better than Superman, but it's doing way better than Fantastic Four, which Superman is doing way better than as well. Because you compare the movies, Superman, Jurassic World, of course, Superman is doing way better domestically as well. But it's doing way better than Fantastic Four, The First Steps, which is doing even worse than I was projecting the movie to do. Yeah, this movie is doing worse than everyone's projections. That is fucking embarrassing for Disney. This movie. We're going to go back to Fantastic Four, the first half. I think they finally fixed the numbers, but I'm glad they finally fixed the site because you can now talk about the box office like at 11 or 12 again. But this is a very embarrassing result for Disney. Okay, fifth weekend, and the movie is at like $5 million already. Again, this is a movie that was supposed to make $1 billion. Okay, everyone was saying this movie was going to hit $1 billion, but this is embarrassing. Embarrassing for Disney. Okay, embarrassing. These numbers are embarrassing for Disney. Okay, embarrassing for Disney. Okay, very embarrassing numbers for Disney. Okay, very embarrassing numbers for Disney. And yeah, the MCU, it has 3 flops so far this year. Okay, Fantastic Four will probably break even, so it probably will not be an actual flop, but Relay release in theaters. It's a limited release, so not doing too well either. But yeah, F1 the movie has now passed $600 million globally as well. So even for the people who said it was not going to make money, well, it has now passed $600 million globally. So I think this movie, Warner and Apple were the two companies that made this. Was a co-production between Apple and Warner. Okay, so Warner and Apple, I think, are gonna be very happy with this movie's success as well. And yeah, they're gonna be very, very happy with this success of. And of course, Nita 2 re-released in theaters for some reason. I don't know why they re-released this movie in theaters in the US. Okay, like I don't think anyone knew this was coming out on theaters, but they actually put this in 2,000 theaters. But the movie, of course, was a massive success globally as well, making over like I know this site doesn't show it, but this movie made over $2 billion globally. Okay, I don't know why they re-released it in the theaters, like in so many theaters. Like they sort of did that when the movie was much more bigger around February, but you never know with Hollywood. But Eden is the last movie to be here and has made $1 million as well. Again, it's a limited release movie, so it wasn't gonna make that much money either way. As well, and of course, we haven't heard any advertisements for it as well. You know, but yeah, there we go about the box office here, and goodbye.